Hey everybody, welcome back to my new addiction. I wanted to tell you a story about the time that I laughed the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life. My mom's brother was only a year older than me, so growing up we were more like friends than, uncle and nephew, because we were so close in age. And as he got older, he developed narcolepsy and I don't know, disease or whatever you want to call it, called cataplexy. And the poor guy would just fall asleep at random times. He'd be literally at a stop sign. He could drift off if, someone there wasn't talking to him or whatever. And occasionally he would have these things, and of course we, the family, always called them spells. But what cataplexy does is whenever you get real excited, laughing or anything that excites you a lot, you lose all control of your muscles and everything. So when that would happen, he would just, if he were standing up somewhere and started laughing or whatever, he'd just go down like a sack of potatoes. Well, my buddy, my bestest friend in the whole world, his name's Ritch. And when Ritch found out about this, of course, Ritch is my age or a year younger, so we're all in the same age group. But when Ritch found out about this, he made it his mission to make Ed laugh. Ed was his name, to make Ed laugh, because he wanted to see if he could make him hit the ground laughing. So every time that Ritch was around Ed, he'd tell him jokes or goof off or whatever he could, trying to get Ed to have one of his spells. And one day the three of us were standing out in the driveway, and I don't know what was said, but Ritch, anyway, he finally was successful, and he got Ed to laughing. And when Ed started laughing, he went down like a sack of potatoes. And within a couple of seconds, Ritch was laughing so hard, he went down like a sack of potatoes. And I laughed till I cried. And that right there is the story about how the day I laughed the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life. And Ed has left us now. He died about 5 or 6 years ago. He had a heart attack in his sleep. And he was a wonderful guy. Anybody that knew him tell you he was the most generous, honest person you'd ever meet. Sometimes honest to a fault, but that's who he was, and he was a great fella. But I just wanted to tell you all that story. It's a good memory I have. Ed, after that, was mad. Let me tell you, he was mad at Ritch for years over that. I don't know if he ever forgave him, but he knew it was all in good fun. But yeah, I don't know. Ed was a funny guy, and he was always mad about that afterwards. But that was the day I laughed the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. So anyway, love you. Y'all be good.